All right, so we are getting the latest look at inflation today as Americans continue to really feel pressure on their wallets. According to the Labor Department, the August Consumer Price Index, which tracks a pretty broad range of goods and services, was up 3.7% from a year ago.
That is the biggest monthly increase this year. It's also higher than experts were predicting. And it turns out a big surge in gas prices last month drove the spike in numbers. We've got with us NBC News business and data reporter Brian Cheung. So, Brian, why were gas prices so high last month?
Yeah, well, a lot of the oil producers overseas were cutting production in the summer. This could be part of that lag. There's also just more demand and, anyone trying to squeeze in the final trip before summer's over, maybe driving gas prices up as well. Look, either way, we've all been feeling it at the pump. An over 10% increase just between July and August. That was a big contributor to why overall inflation went up. Again, we're talking about the pace of price increases here, going up from 3.3% on a yearly basis in July to 3.7% in August. Again, you would hope that number will be going down. We're all feeling the pain of inflation. But again, at least between July and August, it seemed like the pace of inflation did accelerate a little bit.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see that graphic of that sort of pace increase. But you mentioned oil and gas. Are there any other areas where we've seen this type of spike?
Yeah, well, not necessarily to that degree. That's very dramatic to see a 10% increase in just the month. But we have to remember that the biggest expenditure for most families is just the cost of putting a roof over your head. So mortgage payments and rent payments, they have continued to go up by 0.3% between July and August. But again, because it's such a big expenditure, even small percentages like that can be very impactful. And of course, food prices is in view as well. Food prices did go up by 0.2% between July and August. Notably, meat prices across the board did go up. So chicken, pork, and beef did get more expensive in the month.
Yeah, and you really feel that in your wallet as a consumer. Let's talk about the Federal Reserve. They're going to meet again, and they had signaled before we might see another rate hike this year. What are your thoughts? Where are we going?
Yeah, well, the Fed does have a few meetings before the end of the year. So the next question is, okay, well, the Fed got this inflation report. This is the last one that they're going to get before their next meeting later on this month. And in that meeting, again, later on in September, the expectation is for them not to raise interest rates again. But if the inflation numbers continue to go in this direction, because again, they've been coming down, now they're going up a little bit. If it continues through the end of the year, then you have some analysts saying the Fed could again raise interest rates. Maybe that happens in December. We'll have to see what the numbers look like at that point.
Wait and see. All right, Brian Cheung for us. Brian, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Brian.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.